Tonight we are on about a man begging the neighbor to stop having sex at 6 a.m. UK strikes, 500,000 strike as teachers have concern about the future of education. Career coach shares how to answer question in job interviews. Ozzy Osbourne has cancelled his UK and Europe tour. A man, send note begging him to stop having sex at 6 a.m. We've all had days when we've wished our neighbors would be a little bit quieter, however some of them never stop making noises. Here is our question. If your neighbors make sex noises at 6 a.m., what would you react? Please let us know. One man has seemingly been causing a nuisance for his neighbors, as they recently sent him a letter asking him to shut up, because his bedroom antics keep waking them up in the early hours of the morning. In a picture shared on Reddit, the neighbors said they wanted to remind the man that he lives in a terraced house, therefore shares walls with other people who can hear the noise he makes. And it's not just talking that his neighbors could hear, as they claim to have heard him singing and having sex among other things, with every activity bizarrely taking place at exactly 6 a.m. The letter read, "Good morning. Just a reminder that you live in a terraced house. We have heard you jing, singing, and God knows what else so many times. And for some reason, it's all at 6 a.m? We wouldn't care, but it's literally every week. Please shut up. Your neighbors at number 17. The note was posted to Reddit by a friend of the man who received it, alongside the caption, "My friend got this through the letterbox." Commenters on the post were left in stitches, as many of them praised the neighbors for having the confidence. One person wrote, "Absolute power move putting the house number on the note. Would definitely not knock on their door. What is happening where you live?" UK strikes, 500,000 strike as teachers have concern about the future of education. 500,000 workers went on strike today in what is the biggest day of industrial action in more than a decade today. Teachers in England and Wales, members of the National Education Union, NEU, embarked on their first day of strikes as they warned they have concern about the future of education. A major march of striking teachers and protesters was seen in central London, as thousands gathered to blast the government's proposed anti-strike bill. Gatherings were also seen across the country, including in from Cornwall to Leeds, Cambridge, Liverpool, Nottingham, and more. Physics teacher and NOI rep Tony Glenhill, 54, said, "We have a genuine concern about the future of education. There are a number of reasons why the teaching profession has become less attractive since I started in the job. Pay is one of them." Education Secretary Gillian Keegan, who today toured TV studios with her £10,000 Rolex watch, has said the strikes are unnecessary. Teachers joined train drivers, civil servants, university lecturers, bus drivers and security guards from 7 trade unions who also walked out today. Members of ASLEF and the Rail, Maritime and Transport Union are striking again in coming weeks, and a long-running dispute over pay, jobs and conditions continues. Career coach shares how to answer question in job interviews. Whether you're on the hunt for your first job or your 50th, most job seekers will agree there's nothing worse than interviews. No matter how many you've sat through, you're never quite sure what to expect, and even if you've got some idea, several questions can be difficult to answer. Time and time again candidates complain about one question in particular: "Can you tell us about your weaknesses?" What might sound like a trick is a great way for employers to learn more about you, your skill set, and how you tackle problems. But that doesn't mean the illuminating question is any easier to answer, or that interviewees hate hearing it. If this sounds like you, then you're in luck, as career coach Rachel Schofield has shared her expert opinion. An ex-BBC journalist and qualified personal development coach, she knows a thing or two about hard-hitting questions. As you might expect, she could not share one fix-all answer you can give, but she did have plenty of advice. Talking to the Mirror, she said she understands why people are often hesitant to talk about their weaknesses, admitting it's not a good idea to hit your interviewer with a car crash answer. But she warns this might not be what employers looking for. Rachel explained, "They can sort of see you coming if you say, 'Well, I'm impatient, but it means I get stuff done really quickly.' There is an element of that. It is sort of two sides of the same coin. Let's look at your weakness and the accompanying strength." But again, maybe that's a bit too cliched. Instead of choosing such an answer, she recommends picking a real weakness, one you have started to tackle. The expert explained, "I think one of the key things to do is to show something you are working on. You can say, 'One of the things that was mentioned in my last appraisal was I can be more assertive in meetings.' Therefore, I went away, and I found a mentor who is helping me with that. Rachel added that the point is to explain how you are dealing with the weakness, like by sharing the 3 steps you have taken to start addressing it. You almost head them off at the pass because you have already seen the results. Sharing more general advice about how to ace interview questions, Rachel added that it's once again all about sharing your previous results. People make really boring statements that everyone makes. I'm a very good team player who works equally well on their own. Or I'm good at taking instruction. It's just a cliché. Avoid clichés, she explained. Think about making sure everything you say, every assertion that you say about why you are fantastic, is backed up by evidence. Ozzy Osbourne has cancelled his UK and Europe tour. The Black Sabbath legend, 74, announcing the news to fans, Ozzy said that it was probably one of the hardest things he's ever had to share and that he never would have imagined that his touring days would have ended this way. Explaining that his body is still physically weak and shared his despair at disappointing fans. In a statement, he wrote, "This is probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to share with my loyal fans. As you may know, 4 years ago, this month, I had a major accident, where I damaged my spine. My one and only purpose during this time has been to get back on stage. My singing voice is fine. However, after 3 operations, stem cell treatments, endless physical therapy sessions, and most recently groundbreaking cybernetics, HAL, treatment, my body is still physically weak. I am honestly humbled by the way you've all patiently held onto your tickets for all this time, but in all good conscience, I have now come to the realization that I'm not physically capable of doing my upcoming European/UK tour dates, as I know I couldn't deal with the travel required. Believe me when I say that the thought of disappointing my fans really fucks me up, more than you will ever know. Never would I have imagined my touring days would have ended this way. I want to thank my family, my band, my crew, my longtime friends, Judas Priest, and of course my fans for their endless dedication, loyalty, and support, and for giving me the life that I never dreamed that I would have. I love you all." Fans rushed to share their sadness at the news but also wish Ozzy well, with one writing, "Rest up, Ozzy. You've got nothing to prove at this point. You owe your fans nothing. We will consider you a legend regardless of your future touring abilities." While another commented, "May you have a speedy recovery, sir. Your endurance in the face of increasing physical challenges is inspirational. However painful the decision, it's clearly the right one to preserve your health. No more tears, keep barking at the moon."